Marcus van Britten, the emperor of the Avalon Empire, joined forces with Draxia Bell while Joshua is enjoying a banquet in the imperial palace. Joshua and Cheryl are raised for their looks and are considered beautiful people. As Joshua reaches the hybrid camp and is greeted by the lord of the hybrid county, the county asks Joshua to join him since the monarchy has ordered someone to look after Joshua. Joshua asks them to depart, but Aiden says there is an identity confirmation process they must go through in order to depart, as there is a territorial war going on in the Rebecca estate. Immediately after, Iceland shows up and informs them of the massacre by the Marquis Cromwells. Lady Chury, Icarus, and Cox manage to escape and run but are found by the man trying to follow them. As the Pontiers and Icarus are followed by the man to the river, they can no longer manage to run. A soldier of the Pontiers family saves them by throwing an arrow at the man, making him unconscious. They reach the palace and are escorted in by the soldiers, who are grateful they arrived safely. Lady Cheryl wants to take over her father's position and prove to the vassals that she is the Lord's princess. She goes to the conference room and asks the vassals to tell her all the details. They inform her that the route used for bringing supplies has been used. If the reserves run out, everyone may die of famine. Lady Cheryl can't think of anything to solve the problem, so she seeks advice from Icarus. The vassals disapprove of Icarus assisting them in private matters of an empire. Icarus is adamant about proving his skills to this man. Icarus tells them that the Cromwells will soon attack them, which turns out to be true as the knight informs them of the 30,000 knights attacking them from the Cromwells. Their true goal, he says, is the Dennis River. The Pontiers have been attacked, and they must prepare their troops. Baron Arna is asked to comply with Icarus' strategy, which agitates him. Cheryl praises Icarus for being able to silence all the stubborn nobles. They then discuss how, in the early stages of the war, both sides were pretty even, but when the mercenary king joined, things started to escalate. Joshua is informed of the Marquis Cromwells decimating empires one after the other. They first attacked Count Rebecca and later started a war with the Duke of Pontiers. Joshua is suspicious about Marcus van Britten being involved in the decisions made by Marcus Cromwell. Aiden says the Cromwells might attack the Agnes Empire if they are successful in defeating the Pontiers. Aiden asks Joshua for a personal request to take care of Iceland. Christian, the paladin of the Hubalt Empire, is approaching the castle that he believes has been ruined more than expected. He is not allowed inside the territory and stays out, wondering how the Lich and Avalon empires are related. He then reaches Castle Reb and is encountered by a huge force of monsters. He manages to fight them but knows he's screwed. Christian fights and defeats as many as he can, but they seem to be countless. As he uses his holy cross and energies, he kills all of them. As he prays for the source of evil to reveal itself, he sees a monster, presumably Lich, approaching him. He is shocked and does not know what to do. Aiden says he's visiting the Reb castle, and as he departs, Iceland tells him to return as soon as things get complicated, as a Hubalt follower infiltrated the Reb castle and went missing while Joshua and Iceland are together. She thanks him for taking her under his protection. Since Aiden's went away, Joshua considerately asks her about her father's disappearance. She gets upset and states that the estate is on fire and everyone is in danger of being killed. He sacrificed his life so he could buy her time to escape. As time passed, people began to forget the past events, so Iceland decided to help survivors. Joshua instantly stood and ran, saying he felt the presence of Kacer's damned dog. Joshua can sense the existence of a strange and eerie creature and goes on to chase it. In order to find out more about it, he is followed by Aiden, who stops him, but Joshua asks him to wait, as he has something to confirm first. Joshua runs as fast as possible, and as he slows down, he finds a symbol and realizes that he has sensed the presence of someone within a rank or higher or a fighting. He witnesses an anti-magic field around him, and he sees a man, supposedly Christian, with both his hands tied. He asks the man if he's the owner of the rune, and the man replies by telling him to look back. As the Death Knight approaches to attack Joshua, Joshua manages to escape the attack. The Death Knight, with its demonic energies, points at Luja, Joshua's spear, and says it's mine. Joshua is bewildered and somewhat frightened by the immense creature. As the fight begins between Joshua and the Death Knight, we witness that it wasn't Joshua but the demonic spear fighting. As they fight, the Death Knight pulls out a wolf's fang blade, which surprises Joshua, who is still possessed by the demonic energies. At the Swallow Empire, Archduke Lucifer enters, telling Verona Grace Bell that he is no good. He tells Verona of Duke Altsmaz's death and says viciously that it's time for her to go as well. Lucifer assassinates the Emperor of the Swallow Empire, who always wished to maintain peace. Meanwhile, Joshua tries to get rid of the Death Knight, and as he does so, he talks to him, saying that he must have chosen himself to have taken this path. Whatever the reason may be for the Death Knight turning into one, Joshua asks if he can also go along with him down the path. Demaro Belgrace, Veron's brother, expresses that he does not have greed for the Swallow Empire and appoints Lucifer to Verona's position. A Death Knight requires the body and soul of the best knight. The Death Knight Joshua encounters is basically Duke Altsma, who has been turned into a death Knight with demonic power and energy, he asks Joshua to kill him as he realizes he made the wrong decision by agreeing to be made one. Joshua says he'll take control of him from the one who turned him into a Death Knight. Instead of killing him in return for that, Joshua will borrow his strength. Ultima agrees and says it'd be an honor for him to walk alongside the continent's greatest genius. Joshua transfers control and starts gaining all the strength. Aiden and other members are planning to go find Joshua inside, hoping he is fine, as Aiden says he can sense a strong demonic energy from the place. The Knights of the Hubalt Empire have arrived to take over Castle Reb and ask Aiden to leave the place. He expresses concern that their friend Joshua is outside the castle and may be in trouble. As they argue, a strong and dangerous energy comes from inside the castle, frightening everyone present. As they look closely, they see Joshua with Christian lying unconscious on top of his shoulder. The Knights shout to stop Joshua as they sense strong demonic energy from him. Joshua is somewhat scared, as he was unaware of the effects of absorbing the Death Knight's energy. In between the chaos, Syrian, the saintess of the Holy Empire, speaks, saying they can find out if Joshua is a demon by using the holy artifact, the Tear of God from the Hermes temple. She asks Joshua if he accepts the ruling. She tells Joshua she'll help him get out of the situation easily, but Joshua questions her for doing so. She says she wants to make a deal with him in an inappropriate manner, contradicting her saintly position. This angers Joshua, and he manages to snatch the artifact from her, asking everyone to move further away from him. As Joshua takes the artifact, he manages to throw it to the ground as it breaks into pieces, leaving all the Hubalt followers enraged. Soon after, they all witness the wings of Michael the Archangel appear on Joshua. They all ask about Joshua's real identity and whether he really is a follower of Hubalt. Joshua clears the air, saying he's simply Joshua Sanders. Joshua also makes them question if their artifact is really a holy one, since it is too easily damaged by a non-member of the Hubaltian Empire. He asks them to look after their companion, Christian, who could die at any moment. The men realize that the demonic energy was actually coming from their own companion, Christian. They are ordered to take him to the nearby temple and leave everything aside while the saintess leaves. She gets cheeky with Joshua and smirks, hoping they'll cross paths again. Joshua and Aiden also decide to get to their unfinished tasks at the Magic Tower. There are discussions going on regarding the representatives chosen to fight in the master battle. The members are enraged by their magic master being in contact with Evergrant. He says that Evergrant may know information about Zerath, Dick Orvis.
That's it for today. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.